Hello everyone, Burb here. Let's close out Pisces Cup. I know some of you have already seen a finals because I did stream it, but we are doing a little bit more than just watching a finals. This isn't just a stream clip. I've gone back to my old editing style of trying to do a little bit of a funny things here and there, as well as we will be going and decompressing about what actually happened in the A finals as well. I got two races to show you. We're going to start with the A finals, and then we will move to a second special race as well. So let's begin. Pisces Cup. We brought in these three Umas. So I've gone over how these Umas were built. Essentially what happened was this was just a ridiculously hard cup to build for. I eventually kept rolling tickets over and over again until one finally hit on second to last day, and then the other two Umas were honestly found in the glue factory about to be turned into transfer credits essentially, and then I looked at them a little bit more and was like, these are just fine. Again, all of these a little bit stamina light, but like I said, I did a video on that too. About 90-95% of the time we're usually fine with that. So the team name that we came up with eventually, by we I mean some commenter, was Golden Ticket, of course, because we have Gold Ship and for Narita Taishin and Takezo for the ticket. So in third place, we did have Ticket getting double-digit finishes in first place, so 11 wins on the ticket. Taishin got 19 and Goldship got 22 and was our Golden Cleat winner. But it was a lot closer than I expected. You know, you would assume Goldship would just dominate the long tracks, but honestly, Narita Taishin has been holding her own as well, and having Ticket get double digits for the first CM in her career has been quite nice, and on the long CM in a track that is not late surger focused whatsoever. So that was an accomplishment that I was very happy with. So with that, we ended up with a 65% win rate over the main race course, which is slightly above average if you take the bell curve into consideration. It's a 0.39 standard deviations. So I was happy about it. We made it to A finals. We hit our goal. So here is A finals, and we will come back afterwards and talk about it. And of course, there is a second race, bonus race to do afterwards. So please stick around. Here's A finals.
I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! Please leave! Please leave somehow! I beg of you! Please, no!
So yeah, It was a very frustrating A finals because a lot of things. Yeah, I just watched it back. Sorry. You do everything that you believe is mathematically correct, and you test it in room matches. And at the end of the day, this is like baseball, where at the you have the playoffs and you have the World Series, and yes, there's 7, whatever you can say. It's NFL. You have one game, one race that you're doing, and despite what I believe was mathematically correct happening, it just failed. So Gold Ship, like I said, I talked about this in mass. You do not need to overstam every map, and you cannot afford to. And that was very clear there. We will talk about that in a bit. Mostly times I normally need a gold recovery and a favorable downhill, or 2 gold recoveries. I thought I had a favorable downhill because she was in 3rd place. We very clearly did not. So we're not going to take into account Radiant Star, but normally if we have a favorable downhill, this is the skill proc rate calculation. We're normally good about there's 1 out of every literal 120 races, basically 115, that it fails, and we get 0. So most times we get a favorable downhill, and we're good. Very clearly, the downhill was not enough to counter the 1 singular debuff that we had, and so we needed 2 gold recoveries, and even then, we still have an 81.3% chance. And if you consider we hit the first one, we really have a 90.2% chance to hit the second one at that point. It's sort of conditional probability in that amount. So it is very unfortunate. Gold Ship just didn't have enough stamina to start her spurt properly. And at that point, she goes into a bunch of wit checks in which she chose one of the slowest speeds you can choose for late race. Like I said, you can't be just overstamming every single race at this point. You could see from that race itself, I was already 5 lengths behind still. There's Gold Ships and other characters in front of me, so I had to high roll with my late race plus my, if I had less mid race and late race there, we just wouldn't have had a chance at all. And instead, I gambled on the fact that one of my gold recoveries didn't proc. So it's unfortunate. I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying, I told you so. But honestly, guys, if you're not at the highest level where you're able to have every single card and just get 1200 all the time, you have to make concessions. And stamina was the concession that I made because it gave me chances to high roll. And like you saw, I had a 65% win race that got me into A finals. So overall happened. And normally, one character failing is not even that big of a problem, but we also saw Taishin having some of the worst sector wit rolls that I've ever seen. She was behind everybody in the pack. And so there's no chance of Nemesis at all. And then Winning Ticket didn't hit our ticket to win for a very specific reason, which was kind of funny. Would Ticket have won? Probably not, but it would have been at least more dramatic. And that was honestly the saddest thing, is that I wish it was a little bit more dramatic for everybody who tuned in and watched, because honestly, I knew as soon as Gold Ship didn't spurred and I didn't hit an immediate on your left, and Taishin I already knew was dead after the mid race. The writing was on the wall already. But basically, Gold Ship hit a Radiant Star that recalced her speed because she then had enough stamina and because of the downhill as well. And that caused her to steal 5th place from Ticket, which means that our Ticket to win didn't proc either. So I didn't get to see and do any of my normal ultimate edits that I sort of enjoy doing. So instead, I just made the True A finals. Some of you know this one already, but we had a really funny race in the Group A Day 1. I hope you enjoy this last little edit because I did prepare some ultimate edits and none of them procced. So we had a pretty funny race here. I'm going to leave you with this, so take care everyone, burb out, but enjoy.